Just a minute, we'll start. Let's start in 5 seconds. Okay, so let us start. Page number 11. So we were discussing this chapter Wild Duck. Okay, we have discussed up to the page number 11, I guess. Do you remember from till where did we discussed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, till where we have
Yes, ma'am.
discussed? Can you tell me? Because I don't remember. I have not marked till where we have done. Okay, so I think we have done up to page number 10, the 13th paragraph. We have done up to that. So let us now discuss the 14th paragraph, page number 11, point number 14. Okay, let us read this first. Will they all land here on the lake? They look too high. I think they are aiming for somewhere else. Who decides? They know. When they were overhead, the sky filled with masses of birds in flight, a flurry of bird calls. Father and son looked at each other. Now, when we discussed in the 13th paragraph, we were discussing about those wild birds which were on the sky. They were covering the whole sky, and the sky, the water, everything was looking black because they were over this water. They were in the whole sky. They were roaming here and there. So, because of them, the whole sky was looking dark. The whole water was looking black. Okay. Now this boy, he asked his father that will they all land here? He asked him that all these birds are going to land here or what? Or are they going to fly away? So his father, he told that they look so high. I think that the boy thought that they are aiming for somewhere else because they were flying too high. They were flying too high. So he thought that they were aiming for some different place and they will not land here. But then the father said, okay, so sorry, the boy asked his father again, now who decides that where to land? Because like people also, when they have a group, there is one leader. Okay. So similarly, birds also have a leader. So boy asked that who is the leader? So the father told that they will know. They will know that who is their leader. They will follow their leader like we human beings follow our leader. We human beings, like we children, follow our parents and father and mother. Similarly, birds also have leader. So they follow that particular leader. Now, the 18th paragraph. Then they were overhead, the sky filled with masses of birds in flight, a flurry of bird calls. Father and son looked at each other. Flurry of calls means the meaning is given on your left hand side. A number of bird calls at once in a very short time. That means many birds gathered together and they were flying above their head. Whose head? The father and son. Okay, they were in the river. These birds were flying above their head. They were in masses. Masses means they were in large groups and they were so large in number. Even in a minute, they were increasing in number. They were so large in number. Then what happened? Both the father and son started looking at each other. They looked at each other in an awe of knowing like what is happening. Why are they so much? Where are they going? Why are they not coming down? So many questions were running in the father's and the son's mind. Now let us read the 19th paragraph. Here goes, the man undid his safety catch and started firing. Throwing buckshot at the sky. The explosion shook the boat. The lake rippled. He pumped the gun empty. Too high, they are flying much too high. Now, this father, what he did when he saw all the birds coming down, they were roaming in masses. They were so many, they were covering the sky. So what he thought? He thought of and loosening gun. You can see a small part which we have to unlock that safety catch, and then only we can shoot. Otherwise, if someone will accidentally press that button, we can shoot. Otherwise, if someone will accidentally press that button, we cannot shoot. then he can shoot himself also. So that's why there's a safety catch which we have to unlock, or we have to loosen it so that to fire. Okay. Now he started firing and throwing buckshot. What is buckshot? Many small balls of metal fired from a shotgun. So both of them were having a shotgun. He started firing. Okay, many bullets were coming out. Now the explosions, what happened? Explosion means when they were shooting, when these rifles are shooted, you can hear large sound. Okay, large sounds are heard and explosions can be seen. Okay, like fire, and not a fire but spark can be seen. When this bullet is taken out from the rifle, you can see a small spark. And also these, when they were continuously firing the bullets, what happened? The sky looked like a full form of explosions. Explosions means shattering, like sparkles can be seen everywhere in the sky. So those explosions shook the boat. What is the meaning of shook? Shook means physically disturbing. Okay, that means the boat was physically disturbed. The boat started, the waves were large in the sea, not the sea, the river. Because of the explosions, because of the vibrations of the explosion, the waves of the river were too high. That means it is written here, the lake rippled. Rippled means small waves on the surface were appearing. Okay, those because the river, they don't have waves. River is a plain, plain surface. But because of the explosion, because of the vibrations of the explosion, small waves started appearing on the river surface. So it just shook the boat. Shook means it just physically disturbed the boat. The boat started, moving. Yes, whose mic is on? Daksh Garg, mute your mic. Yes. So the boat was very physically disturbed, and then he pumped the gun empty. Means shot until all the bullets had been used up. So he started continuously shooting the birds. Who? The father. The father, he took up his rifle, he started shooting. Because of the explosions, what happened? The boat started moving here and
Ma'am,
there.
page.
Yes,
Ma'am, page.
page number.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, page number 11. We are discussing paragraph number 19 on page number 11. Yes. So because of the explosion, this boat experienced a physical disturbance. And then this man, he was not stopping himself, right? He was just firing and firing when he fired till the bullets ended in the rifle. Like he fired until the bullets were emptied. So then he told that they are flying too high. Like he was not able to aim the birds. He was not able to point out one bird and shoot and kill the particular bird. So he was in a doubt. He was in a dilemma. He was like, what is happening? They are flying too high. They are flying too much high. So basically, he's trying to say that he is not able to point those birds. He is not able to aim those birds. Is it clear to you all?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes. Now come to paragraph 20. His son slowly raised his rifle. He had a more patient and steady hand. He picked a single speck out of the mass in the sky, the leader of the formation flying towards them. He aimed and fired. The speck plummeted. Now what happened? This man was trying too hard to kill those birds, but he was not able to. He was not able to aim even a single bird. But his son was very patient. Okay, we need patience when we have to accomplish something. So his son was very patient. He slowly raised his rifle and then he started, he speck out of the mass. He picked a single speck out of the mass in the sky. That means speck means he picked a single tiny piece. That means the sky was covered with lots of birds. So he just pointed a particular mass where he can shoot and where he can aim at least one single bird. So speck means, you can write the meaning, underline speck, write the meaning over it, tiny piece. Okay, tiny
Ma'am,
piece.
which paragraph?
Paragraph number 20. Paragraph 20, second line, speck, S-P-E-C-K, speck. Paragraph 20, second line, speck, underline that and write the meaning, tiny piece or spot. You can also write spot or tiny piece. So this boy, he was very patient. He slowly raised his rifle and he pointed out a spot in the sky. The whole mass of the bird which were flying in the sky, he pointed just one slot of them, just one spot, and he pointed the leader. Like he asked before, who is the leader, who is leading? So the leader is the one who is flying at the front. So he pointed the leader, the whole group was following the leader. So he just started pointing the leader of that particular group. He aimed and then fired. The speck plummeted. Now he aimed and fired. Speck means, I told you, the spot, the mass, the tiny piece. Plummeted. Plummeted means fell very fast and suddenly. Now what happened when he aimed and fired? He got the bird. Okay, he just aimed that particular leader, the bird. He got that one. That that bird started plummeting. Plummeted means they came down very fast and suddenly. Like if we shoot a bird, it will just lose its control. It will not be able to fly again. So it will lose control and it will fall down suddenly. So that is what is meant by plummeted or plummeting. Okay. Do you get my point? Plummeted means falling at a sudden, falling in speed, right? So this bird, which was aimed, he hit that bird fell down. Then, paragraph 21. You got the leader, the man cheered. Another bird swiftly took its place. They were all leaders but instinct. That means, in paragraph 21, what is written? His father was very cheered. Cheerful means happy. Cheered means he was very happy. He told the boy, yes, very good, you got the leader. You aimed it and you got it. Now another bird took the place of that leader. Why? Because the leader was shot down. He got down. So another bird, as all the birds, they all have some leadership qualities. So another bird took its place because the leader, one leader is necessary to guide all those. Okay, so another bird, he just took the place of that leader who was suddenly fell down. Now, okay, by instinct means, you can see the meaning in the way animals naturally behave without having to think or learn about how to act. Now, animals, they don't have to think about how to act. We human beings, we learn from our parents learn from our others, we learn from our elders. But animals, they have an instinct, they have a behavior, they can replace themselves with other animals also. When one animal die or when one animal get missing, they can replace themselves. They can be the leader for that particular time. So this bird, it swiftly took its place. They were all leaders by instinct. Now paragraph 22, I want to find it. The boy put down his rifle and took the paddle. Did you see where? Now the boy. Yes, Ishan, what happened?
Nothing, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, let us continue. So this boy, he shot that particular bird. It fell down. Where? In the river. It fell down in the river. But then this boy wanted to find it. Okay, he does not wanted to leave that bird there. He wanted to find that bird and he put down his rifle and took the paddle. Paddle is nothing but, what is a paddle? A boat rower through which we can row the boat. You must have seen a paddle when we use a boat of made of wood. Paddle is something like this. You can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you seen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Have you seen this thing? This is a paddle. Like you can.
Ma'am, or Jambu.
Yes. Yes. Also, I think it's known as chappu, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So yeah, in Hindi we say chappu, but in English it is referred as a paddle. Okay, the paddle written in page number, sorry, paragraph 22, paddle. So this is the thing. Okay, from this both ends you can row the boat. Row means you can move this paddle both sides of the water and the boat will move. That is rowing the boat. Okay, you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, fine. So he put his rifle down, he took the paddle, that means he wanted to row the boat, and he was asking his father, did you see where did the bird fell? Like he was asking his father, can you see where is the bird? Where did it fell? It fell just behind the bulrushes. Go round that way. So father told that it fell behind the bulrushes. What is bulrushes? Plants with tall stems and grow near rivers and lakes. You must have seen some grass-like structures or plants which grow nearby lakes, in the shores, in the sides of the lakes or rivers. So the father told him it just fell behind those bushes. Go around that way. That means he told that take the boat to that way so that we can find that particular bird. Now, paragraph 24. The boy moved the boat against the tide of teal, still wheeling overhead. His arms trembled as he pulled the paddle through the black water. Now, what happened? What is the tide of teal means? The large flock of wild ducks moving together, still wheeling overhead. Wheeling means flying around in circles. This boy, when they were trying to find out that particular leader whom they shot, what they found out, he was just moving the boat against this big mass of ducks moving together. That means water also have aquatic animals. You can see some waters, sorry, you can see ducks in the water, right? Lake and river, you can see, especially in lakes, you can see white colored ducks. So they form a mass, they form a group, and they travel together in that particular area. So they were forming a circle, they were moving in the formation of a circle, they were wheeling overhead. His arms trembled as he pulled the paddle through the black water. Trembled means you can underline trembled and you can write the meaning. Shake, trembled means shake. Okay. So his arms were shaking when he pulled the paddle through the black water. That means the water is very hard to row. Like if we want to row a boat, if we want to make a boat move in a water in a lake, because lake is a still water, it is not moving continuously. Like river and sea, you can see the water is moving continuously. But in lake, the water is somewhere still or it does not have much flow. So that's why we need more power to row the boat. So his arms, the boy's arm was trembled. Trembled means it was shaking because of the pain he was experiencing. Because he was rowing the boat, he was experiencing that pain and his hands were shaking. Do you get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now come to page number 12, paragraph 25. I think I can see it, he said, leaning forward. There was a lump floating on the water. On it was a broken wing, pointing at the sky like the ragged sail of a toy boat. The boy lifted the paddle and they glided up to it. He bent over and slid and scooped it up. Now, when they were looking for the bird, suddenly this boy told that I can see it. He leaned forward. That means he saw that bird in the water and he leaned forward means leaning forward means bending forward. Leaning, underline leaning and write the meaning bending. Okay, he bended forward. Now he saw a lump floating on the water. Lump means mass of substances. Mass of substance is known as lump.
In which
Yes.
para leaning?
Leaning is paragraph 25 on page number 12. Paragraph number 25. Leaning. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So underline leaning and write the meaning bending. Leaning means bending forward. Okay. Here it is written leaning forward. That means the boy bended forward. Now in paragraph 26, he saw a lump floating in the water. What is a lump? Underline lump and write the meaning, mass of substance. That means some particular substance which is in a group. Mass. Mass is known as a group. So particular substance which is in a mass or a group. Mass of substance is known as lump. Now he saw a broken wing pointing at the sky like the raged sail of a toy boat. Raged means old and torn. And first you underline these words and write the meaning. Then I'll tell you the meaning of the paragraph. Okay. Have you written the meaning of lump? Mass of substance? Yes. Write the meaning. Now, yes. Now come to paragraph 26. Sentence number 3. Third sentence. Ragged. R-A-G-G-E-D. So write the meaning of ragged. Old and torn. Like we have seen this new trend of jeans, right? Ragged jeans. Okay, like in today's generation, people wear ragged jeans. They are old and torn. Okay, somewhere from the knee side. Okay, somewhere from the thigh side, they are torn. So that is known as ragged. Means old and torn. And sail means piece of material. Okay, sail means piece of material. Now, the boy lifted the paddle, they glided up to it. Glided meaning moved smoothly. Write the meaning of glided. Moved smoothly. He bent over the side and scooped it up. Now write the meaning of scooped. Took. T-O-O-K. Scooped means clear. Have you written the meanings?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
So now I will tell the meaning of this paragraph. So paragraph number 26, this says that this boy saw a lump floating in the water. He saw a mass of substance floating in the water. On it, he saw a broken wing. What was that wing of? That wing was of the bird he shot. Okay. So he saw the broken wing and pointing at the sky like a ragged sail. That means old and torn piece of material of a toy boat. Okay. He could also see old and torn piece of material of a toy boat. Then what he did, the boy lifted the paddle and glided up to it. That means he wanted to take that bird from the water. So he lifted the paddle, he lifted that thing which is used for rowing boat and he glided up to it. Glided means moved smoothly. He bent over and scooped it up. Scooped it up means he took the bird from the water. Okay, he used that paddle, he glided up. That means he moved smoothly and bended and just took the bird inside the boat. You get this point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now paragraph 27. Well done, the man said. His son was silent. The duck was big, helpless, touching its soft feathers and its thin bony neck. The boy looked frightened at what he had done. Now, his father was very happy after seeing this because they were here to shoot the bird. They were here to get one. So his father told him, well done, my son. He cheered him up. And he said, well done, you did great. So, but his son was silent. Now, why the son was silent? When he saw this duck was very helpless. Okay, this duck was very helpless, big and helpless. Helpless means it could not help itself. Its wing was broken. Okay, he shot that frightened. Now he was just examining that particular bird he shot. He was just looking on it. He touched his soft feathers and his bony neck. And this boy was very frightened. Frightened means afraid. Underline frightened and write the meaning afraid. Now he was thinking that what he had done. Like he was feeling pity on that particular duck. He was feeling sad for that duck, that why he shot that duck. Now he could not move. Now this duck could not move herself. Okay. Now she could not be able to fly freely. Now she could not be able to fly ever again. So this boy was feeling very sad and frightened. He was afraid. Now, paragraph 30. Then the duck lifted up its head. Look, it's not dead. The blood seemed to flow again in the boy's arms. He breathed in relief. The duck looked blank. Now, he saw that the duck is lifting her head. Okay, the duck lifted her head. Now he was clear that the duck is not dead at least. Okay, first he thought that the duck is dead because the duck was very helpless. But then he saw that she was lifting her head. So now he was clear that the duck was not dead. She's just injured. Now the blood was flowing again and again in the boy's arms. When he was holding the duck, he could see blood flowing from her body. Okay, as she was shot by the boy, blood was flowing continuously from her body. So he breathed in relief. Breathed in relief means he was in a relief. He was no longer stressed about that the duck is dead or not. But the duck looked blank. Looked blank means the duck was expressionless. She was dumbstruck, like she was injured, so she was not able to express herself. She was not able to fly again. So she was just dumbstruck. Do you get my point? Looked blank means expressionless. Expressionless. Now come to paragraph 33. The boy stroked its head. I want to go home. You will have to look after it. I know I want to. Now, the boy stroked his head means, what is the meaning of stroked? Moved with pressure. Write the meaning. Moved with pressure. Stroked means moved with pressure. So the boy moved his head with pressure and he said his father that I want to go home. So his father told, you will have to look after it. His father was telling him, now you have the duck with you. This duck is injured. Now if you take her to home, you will have to look after her. You have to give her food. You have to, you have to take care of her. So this boy said, I know, I want to. This boy said, I know this, that I have to look after her and I want to look after her. I don't want to leave her here alone. You get my point? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Do you get my point? What I am telling to try? Do you get this point? Paragraph number 32, 33.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this boy, what he wanted to take that duck home and he wanted to take care of her. So his father told, you will have to look after it. You will have to take care of her. So he told his father that he know and he also wants to take care of her. He could not leave her here alone. Now, talking about paragraph 36. At home, the boy bandaged the wing and learned to feed the maimed duck. He spent hours watching it waddle about the backyard. Sometimes it would stretch its neck and try to flap its lopsided wings, but it could never fly again. Now, paragraph 36, what is written here? He took her home and then he bandaged her wing. Bandaged means binding with band-aid. We use when we are injured, we just bind our hands and legs with band-aids. See, he also bandaged the wing and he learned how to feed a maimed duck. Maimed means an injured duck. So he was learning how to feed that particular injured duck, how to take care of her and everything. He spent hours watching it waddle about the backyard. Waddle means walk with short steps, swinging the body from one side to other. That means this duck was injured, so she was not able to fly. So she was just roaming in the backyard, just trying to walk, taking short steps. So he was just watching this bird for long hours. Okay, this bird was just roaming in the backyard and he was just watching it. Sometimes it would stretch its neck, try to flap its lopsided wings. Lopsided wings means not equally balanced. Why this wing is not equally balanced? Because one wing is bandaged. He has put band-aid on one wing, so the one wing is feeling very heavy. Okay, birds could not move that one wing which is band-aid. So this bird was trying to lift her neck, trying to flap that one wing which was bandaged. Flap means it was trying to fly. But this boy knew that this bird will never fly again. Why? Because its wings were injured, so it could never fly again. This boy was very sure this bird was never going to fly again as she has injured her wings. Now paragraph 37. On one day, the man asked his son, "Where's the gun?" "I threw it away," he said defiantly. "You what?" asked the man, shocked at his son's boldness. Now, one day, what happened? This man, he asked the boy, "Where is the gun?" He wanted the gun. So he asked the boy, "Where is the gun?" The boy was he was very clear in his mind and he boldly said that "I threw it away." Defiantly means boldly refusing to obey. Then the father asked surprisingly, "You what?" You what means surprisingly, a way which was surprising. "You what? You did what? You throwed the gun." Shocked at his son's boldness, he was very shocked that how could his son throw the gun away? Like it was expensive, it was used for killing the birds. How could he throw it away? So the boy was not very much, he was not very much into this thing. He was very bold enough and he told his father that "I threw it away." Now, why he threw that gun away? Because he was guilty for what he did. Guilty means he was feeling regret. He was feeling sad for that particular bird which he shot on that day. So he was very guilty on his work. So he threw that gun away so that he could never kill any other bird ever again. You're getting my point, everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So he threw that gun and he told his father in a very bold manner that "I threw the gun away." So his father was very shocked. Then paragraph 40 says, "It was mine. You gave it to me. But it didn't kill your duck. It gave you your duck. It made me sick." The man felt the blood pumping his head, and then he was filled with a sense of peace. He found he was relieved the gun had gone. Now, what happened? This man, okay, this boy, he refused and he was not obeying his father. He told that I threw the gun away, and he told that "it was mine. You just gave it to me. So the gun was mine. Now it is my wish whether to keep it or to throw it away." Right. It was mine, so it was my wish to keep it or throw it away. But the man said, "But it didn't kill your duck. It gave your duck." Okay, the duck was not killed. It was saved. It was just injured. So why did you throw the gun? So it made me sick. That means the man was very angry, disgusted at his son. That why the son threw the gun. The man felt blood pumping in his head. Blood pumping in his head means increased blood flow. That means in a pressure, blood was running in a pressure in his blood. He was getting headache thinking of that why this boy threw this gun away. Okay, so blood pumping in his head means increased blood flow. And then he was filled with a sense of peace. He found he was relieved the gun has gone. Who? Who was filled with a sense of peace? The boy. Sense of peace means feeling quiet. Okay, feeling peace inside. So the boy was in a sense of peace and he found that he was very relieved. Relieved means no longer distressed or anxious. Okay, no longer distressed. So he was very relieved that the gun was gone. Why he was relieved? He was relieved because he was clear, he was sure that he would never kill any bird again, he would never fire any rifle again. So he was very relieved that the gun was gone. Okay, have you all understood the chapter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll just sum up this
Yes, ma'am.
chapter in 2 to 3 minutes. I'm just summing up this. So what happens?
Yes,
This
ma'am.
boy and the father, they went to a lake for shooting those birds, and the boy patiently shoots one bird, but after that he regrets. He regrets that why he shot the bird. Now the bird is not able to fly. It could never fly again. But he was relieved that the bird is alive. It was not dead. Then he threw away the gun, and he is relieving himself. He is very happy. He is no longer stressed that he was stressed. No, sorry. He was not stressed because the gun was gone. Now he could never kill any bird again. He could never disturb any bird by shooting or by rifling. So he was very stress free. He was relieved that he was experienced a sense of peace inside his head that the gun was gone. He threw the gun away. But the father was very anxious on his son. He was very disgusted because he did not wanted the boy to throw the gun away. When he knew that the boy has thrown the gun away, he was very angry at him. But the son was in very peace. He was in a sense of peace. He was quiet. He was relieved that the gun was gone so that he could never kill any other bird again. Okay, this was the summary of the story. I hope you have understood the chapter. Have you? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, the understanding the text, the A and B portion, I will upload the answers on Moodle. Is it clear? So you don't have to worry about the question and answers. Yes. What happened? Is someone saying something?
Ma'am, when will you upload question answer?
I'll upload it today itself. Okay, I have 2 to 3 classes more, so I'll upload after evening. So after evening, 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, you can go to the Moodle site and you can check for the answers. Okay. And in case if I just forget to upload, just remind me, any of you, just remind me at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Just remind me to upload if in case I forget. Okay. First, just go and check in the site. If I forget, then just remind me. Any of you can remind me. I will be uploading the answers by evening. You can take the answers from there. So this chapter is over. Now the other questions, like on page number 15, there are some grammatical questions, grammar related questions. So we will do this in the next class. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we are stopping. The class is over. You may
Ma'am.
leave. Okay.
Ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye. Bye everyone.
Bye, ma'am.